I tried talking like
there
that.
You go. It's kind of like you're doing the muscle thing.
Here we go.
Hello.
I can't even hear I can hear myself, but I can't. Can I?
Whoops! There goes everything. I just knocked everything
Testing.
off.
Well, try this one.
Which one?
If that one's different, try that one.
And next for the comedy hour.
There you go. Just hold it a little bit
Well, that's
closer.
why we're
All
here.
right.
That's why they're paying us the big bucks.
All right.
We're getting paid?
No, shh.
Am I?
Shh. Quiet.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck along with Randy Kerdoon from
And
KNX
so am I, Bob.
You are? Okay. Talking about cars is Randy's show on KNX 1070, radio.com, Apple, iTunes, whatever they are.
Pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere where you get podcasts, and if they don't have it where you are, you're in the wrong place.
And I've got gas.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bob.
It's the name of my show, and it's GAAS, the Great American Auto Scene.
That's
So,
absolutely true.
Every morning at 11, you get gas with Bob Beck.
By the way, and if you... Well, I always told you those pizza joints, you just got to stay the heck away from there. Cheese will do it to you all the time.
And I changed the cauliflower crust.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
by the way, if
somewhat.
you've ever seen the show Overhaulin, and who hasn't, frankly, in this world of ours?
You've got to
It's
see
everywhere. And you're going to want to come over here and join us under the big tent.
In the shade.
In the shade, really.
You guys got a big tent.
Yes, we do have a big tent. My tent's bigger than yours.
And of course, because is it starting to get warm outside? We haven't been.
It is.
Finally, getting up to
Okay,
the
so
70s.
if you're in the warmth out there, you're overheated, you need to come into this tent. In fact, if you're like eating right now and you're out there schwitzing, come on out and join us here in the tent. We're located here by 16th and Main Street. We're out there by, let's see, we're Casino Morongo over here to our right. We have, let's see, over here to our left is the Cobra folks.
Yeah, Peter Brock.
Peter Brock and
Daytona Coupe. And
yeah.
Alan Grant with the real Lola. And we just did the whole story on that.
Oh, I forgot to ask him the Lola question.
Which was?
Does he really say L-O-L-A Lola? Does he ever hum it to himself?
La, 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 la. That's another story. That's the name of his car. It's Lola.
What?
Anyway, he was part of the development team for Shelby and the GT40.
Man.
And he's got the original prototype car, which was the Lola GT.
That was such a good
We got the
question.
whole story on that. We thought about that car and go, why did it not run it at Le Mans? And he told us basically they never built enough street versions for it to get homologated to run at Le Mans.
Okay.
So it didn't make it, but it did come to life as a GT40, and it was the basis for the production of the GT40. Now, with the spinning in the middle, being quiet because we won't let him talk.
He doesn't dare jump in the middle of this.
No, I'm focusing on the gold sequence over there that keeps on catching my eye.
The gold sequence.
Oh my God, it's the McGuire sisters.
Is it?
Maybe.
It's a cheap
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I
spot.
see it now. Yes. How could
They need to come in here.
Into the sequence.
Actually, we need them to hold up like our banners outside.
Yeah. There we go.
Then they get
Have
noticed.
them walking
Yeah,
around.
they kind of look like they could be the McGuire sisters.
I don't know. It could be. Okay, so while you're coming in and making your way over here, let's start it, Bob.
All right, we're going to start it off with you. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck.
No, we already did that.
We already did that. Yes,
Let's just pick it up where we were last time.
Oh, I can't do that. I'd be in trouble.
Then forget that.
How about we do the show?
Let's just do the show.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, with us right now, Andreas. Andreas, how is the new show going?
It's going actually really well. We've gone to where everything's now media based. Motor Trend app.
Get a hold of it a little bit.
Okay. So I'm not used to doing
It's just
this.
a mic technique. I know.
And so that being said, what I did here is in a couple of weeks, it's going to be going linear.
Now, what does that mean for the rest of
us?
us? Yeah.
Is you're not going to have to purchase the show.
Oh,
What?
Okay.
Yes. So you'll be able to see it. I don't know if it's going to be viewed on Discovery. Do not quote my exact words. But yes, you'll be able to view it other than the Motor Trend app.
Well, that's good because, like we were talking earlier, I was going, well, when's it coming out? You said, well, it's already been out. And we do have the Motor Trend app, though.
We do.
Okay.
Ansted shamed us. Yes, he totally shamed us.
Yes.
Because normally when we do interviews, we'll go over and somebody will give us a sample of the show. So we'll talk to somebody about a sample of the show. And Ant looked at us and had said, when we interviewed him some months ago, and he said, well, what'd you guys think of the show? And I said, I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. And he said, what are you coming out here interviewing me and you haven't seen the show? And I tried to explain to him that that's how it works. And basically, we got shamed into buying it. But I tell you something.
Have you watched this show at all, though?
Yes. I have. It was a great show.
It's brilliant.
It's
cinematography in it, and the way it's shot is.
And let me ask you this: have you seen his wife Christina from Flip or Flop? How many people here have seen Flip or Flop? Okay, so are you familiar with her?
Yes.
Okay, you're familiar with the show?
Yes.
She's got a new show out called Christina on the Coast. How many people have seen that? Okay. Yeah. So how similar in a sense is the photography, how similar is the way that's put together in your opinion to Ant's show?
Well, from what I was hearing is production that's doing Ant's show is also Top Gear related. So they're going with that feel and the slow motion and a lot of more emphasis on not just basically we're just going to do a build show, you're going to see it from this part to that part and that's it. So they're trying to get a little more edge on it, which is one of the reasons that Top Gear did so well. And what's happening now is a lot of people are gearing towards that, even for a lot of social media based shows, that the handheld jitter and all that stuff. It was okay for a little bit, and now everybody's kind of going, no, I want something with a little more substance. So it's
all right, enough about Ant Hanstead. Tell us about your show.
Okay. So this season we were doing cars that were 2006 and up. The majority of the 18 cast, which either have their own shops at the moment, like Ben Bright, who's in San Luis Obispo. You got Scratch, who's out in LA. Sherry Westrich, she's out in Orange County. We've all done our stuff to where we're doing cameos just to help out, which the last build, I'd have to say, not too many people listening, right?
Yeah. No, they're listening. They're listening and chewing.
The only thing that was left on the car after it came back from Media Blast, everything had to be changed out except the upper quarters and the cowl.
Oh, what kind of car was it?
I can't say.
Okay, but when we talked to Chris Jacobs,
it's a very, very long car.
Long car. Okay.
Long car.
Oh, see, now we talked to Chris Jacobs of the SEMA show last November. He was telling us the goal was to go with newer cars that were in better shape to start with.
Yeah, that got switched.
Really? Okay. So.
Yeah, it's no, there's actually, well, there's as I'm pointing over there, which is in the Overhaulin Corral. You've got the Lightning and the Corvette that are both there. We've also got Phoebe, which is Lonnie Mann's Fairlane, which if you check out the back trunk, that's where I did all of the Fender guitar accessory panels and all that stuff.
Is that the GTA?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, the blue GTA.
Yeah,
I saw that walking over there.
Yeah, Lottie's actually been here 4 years running now.
All right.
So we're getting a following, and they're giving more space on the lawn for it.
Good.
But yes, getting back to this season, it was supposed to be 2006 and up. That got a little bit of a change just to mix some stuff up, but which kind of made things a little more daunting and task. But it's done extremely well. BCII, which was the originator of Overhaulin, is actually the production company that's shooting it.
Okay.
So same vibe. It's got a couple of pranks.
Yeah, good. I understand one of the pranks went a little south for Chris's jaw.
Yes. So the gentleman who gave a right hook to Mr. Jacobs, in which over 100 shows that were done, Chris on every prank was able to walk always north or south to the mark.
Yeah.
So basically, he walked into the right hook of the gentleman.
Missed it by that much.
Wow. Got I think they got about 5 camera angles on that. And
AJ seemed
it's actually in slow motion.
Oh, good.
Even the director had to come on scene to make sure that Chris was okay. He did go down, but he didn't get knocked out. So I'm just clarifying that. He was not knocked out, but all good.
Maybe it was me, but AJ looked a little too excited over the fact that Chris got one right in the old, close to the kisser.
It was, you know what? He had his guards down, as you know, no pun intended. But it did go well.
Yeah, so he blocked the punch with his chin and did a good job of it.
Yeah, he did. But if you see the episode, it's actually now that you know it's coming, it'll still be a shock when it does happen, because you'll rerun it over and over and over.
And I'm sure Chris is going to for the rest of his life.
But you know what? He took it. He took it like a man, and he went down and he got back up. And that was it. He's a big man.
So how is this distributed? For example, Motor Trend. It's on the Motor Trend app.
Motor Trend app, correct.
And sometimes it's on Motor Trend. Some of these shows end up on Discovery. I would imagine it's just one big company.
It's a little circle, yeah. Everybody's under the mothership of Discovery.
Okay.
So I'm not one to be, giving the answer to how it's going to be shown on TV or how the cable viewers are going to see it. So, but yes, if you are curious, Motor Trend app, go check it out.
All right, tell us a little bit about the show. You said all but one show has been aired already. What kind of exciting things have happened besides Chris getting knocked out?
Behind the scenes.
But behind the scenes.
Well, as far as working on the car, that kind of stuff.
I've done 3 cameos, and the Daytona was one that I was called in to do the fiberglass work, which was quite expensive.
Now, when we say Daytona, was
expensive?
that a Chrysler, a Dodge Daytona, or
a Shelby Daytona, which was Marisa's. She is actually with Doug Campbell from Superformance.
Oh, okay.
And so when I did get the call to help out, I did the same thing. Chrysler? And I thought we were only doing newer cars. So yeah, it got thrown in the mix, and it's just from taillight bezels to the side ducting, the louvers on the sides. We got the front nose that got redone. If you're looking at the mouth to the front, it actually mimics the rear Daytona, as you can see the Daytona down there that I'm pointing to. So there's a lot of stuff, but it still stayed true to the theme of the vehicle. And does anybody want to buy raffle tickets?
Raffle tickets.
Come here.
What we're doing right now
come up the stairs.
It's not as...
We interrupt this show
to do your
for a live report.
A little live report.
Breaking news. We'll be back with more on this. But first, come on over here.
We thought it was the Andrews sisters at first, but
you're not the
Andrews
Andrews sisters, are you?
No, you're not.
No, we're the Palm Squad.
The Palm Squad. And what's your name and who do you have here?
I'm Joyce, and this is Denny, and this is Jackie.
Denny and Jackie and Joyce. Joyce, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
We are selling raffle tickets for the Palm Squad, or not for the Palm Squad, but the Palm Squad is selling raffle tickets for the charity today. And there's a big tent with lots of prizes. They started drawing the numbers at 11 and every half hour until 1:30. So we have a whole roll of tickets left, $1 a ticket. And you can get 20 tickets for as wide as I can spread my arms here.
Really?
For $20.
Well, you could let's demonstrate how wide her arms are. Go ahead.
And there we go.
Ooh, Ooh,
look at that spread, folks.
All right, well, good luck. Look for the Pom Pom Squad. Thank you.
And they've got their whole group over there having lunch, taking a break right now.
That's right.
The reflection is in their eyes.
And by the way, one other thing, I was asked to mention that there is a auction going on.
There is?
Yes, there's a car auction. Car auction going on down in the corner here. Just go to Food Row and take it all the way there. And I guess it's ongoing throughout the entire show.
And for those of you who are watching us on social media right now, you've got plenty of time to drive in.
Yeah.
So come on down.
I don't think they're not doing any phone.
No phone. Yeah, except for the 3 guys that I saw earlier that were from Great Britain. I don't think you'll make it in time.
You know what they should do? The auction should sit there and have us broadcast it.
We could.
And then, boy, we would.
Yeah. We
have
would
fun.
do nothing.
All right, back to the show.
Back to overhauling. All right, so you had some interesting. You just did a Daytona. Can you give us a clue as to some of the other cars they might see on overhauling?
There's definitely a variation on this season. So I'm gonna get myself in trouble. There's an FJ that was done. There was the Daytona, the Lightning, Corvette.
Lightning being the Ford pickup truck, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's all that I can think of at the moment in my head.
Okay, well, that's good though.
Well, you were only on the show for three.
Three.
Yeah, you were only on 3,
Yeah.
but that's good the show came back because it was a pretty big hit when it was on the first time.
Absolutely. You know what? In my opinion, it definitely changed what you were able to see on TV. Many people say that Pin My Ride came first, West Coast Customs came first. There's a couple of variations of car building shows that were out, but what's great to see is how so little people know that Richard Rawlings and Aaron Kaufman were in 2006 on our show. That's when
I didn't even know that.
That's when they were seen.
So their show is basically a
A little spin-off.
spin-off?
I wouldn't say a little spin-off. I think it's more of Richard's characteristics that made the
Or character?
made it.
Did he have his shop before he was on overhaul?
Yes. What's funny is at the time in 2006, they were all about merchandise, and they were pushing it to where they had a big rig and everything.
Yeah.
So when they showed up on scene, it was like big freight truck and all that stuff, and all gas monkey out. And, a lot of people didn't know that I was believing it was the Wyotech episode. That's where Jesse Combs.
Oh yeah.
Late Jesse Combs, yeah.
That's where she found her break. And so we've been able to help and flourish some people. Brian Fuller, if anybody knows car builders, if you don't know or ever heard of Brian Fuller, follow him. Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
All right, you've been doing a whole lot of things, and last year when Randy and I went to Barrett Jackson, you had a presentation of your art, and that's something
correct.
I didn't even think about when we talked about your artistic abilities, and it was a great show. You have some amazing artwork.
I appreciate it. It was one of those things because a lot of people that I worked with for 12 years, Chip included, to where they didn't know. So when I was younger, I did study at a faculty. Wasn't accepted in the university that I wanted to go to, so I just dropped it cold turkey. Never touched a paintbrush since. And I'm getting teary-eyed. It was my daughter that 8 years ago brought it back out. So when a lot of people saw what I could do, they're just puzzled. But at the same time, I'm not going to show my skill when you've got the leading automotive designer of the world, who's your mentor, and go, hey, do you want to see what I just did?
But your stuff is great. You had it set up at Bogey's Garage.
That is correct.
In Scottsdale.
180 degrees, yeah, in Phoenix.
We saw it inside. We were just taken back by the beauty of what you did.
Appreciate it.
It wasn't necessarily that you had accuracy that looked like a photograph, which some artists do.
Yeah.
But what your renderings were really inspirational about the individual vehicles.
It's as a child, for the people that are enthusiasts of cars, I tried to depict velocity and just the sheer just the sound, the movement, and just there's don't get this wrong. Photographic artists are talented. I don't have the patience to do that, but at the same time, a vehicle to me that's static is just taken away from what it was meant to depict. And so that's why with everything that I paint or my print work, there's movement to it as best as and a lot of people will be like, it's kind of like Speed Racer style or this or that, but the movement, it's what I try to captivate.
I'm curious. Go ahead.
All right, where would someone find your artwork?
So you can see the majority of my stuff on Instagram, Andreas Samagi. If you start typing in Andreas, it normally pops up. And I've also got an Etsy shop page, 760. But I do some commission work. I wish, to be honest, if in a perfect world, I'd build one car a year and just have a studio.
I'm always kind of interested in the fact that we know a lot of people from TV. We see them in a certain way. We know your situation because you worked on the Overhaulin show. I think everybody in our studio audience is known for something, but they also do other things.
Okay.
And talk a little bit about how enjoyable it is to have more than one thing in your toolbox, so to speak, to be able to, really enjoy something else.
Everybody should have an outlet, a creative outlet. A lot of people go, "I'm not creative, I can't draw, this and that." Learn how to. No, don't criticize yourself. Don't look at it and think, "Oh, it's not good." But at the same time, I was extremely lucky to be creative in certain ways. The majority of the stuff that I can do with my hands, I was brought on the show in the first season just for the composite work and fiberglass work that I did. The metal work and metal shaping and everything that I could do today just evolved through the 10 years of being on the show, learning from Chip, my mentor, his father. I was lucky to work with him, and just the talent that came on still to this day humbles me.
Very good.
So your artwork is great. You can find it on
my Instagram, Andreas Samagi.
Spell your last name.
Somogyi.
Remember this.
Somo.
Remember this.
Yeah. And then on my Etsy page, 760, the number 760. So yeah, if you care to take a look, I'd greatly appreciate it.
And if someone wants to talk to you here at the show, your booth or your area is just directly across from us. Look for the beautiful.
It's the smaller white tent.
The smaller white tent, yeah. Ours is bigger, we know that. Okay, but that's another story. Anyway, you look for the 300 SL Mercedes.
Yes.
Not the only one here, probably.
Yes.
And the Fairlane and others over there. Check it out. The rest of the 18 guys are there with you?
Yeah, we got Sean, Mitch, Al, Hector Jr., Aaron. So yeah, we got a couple of boys out.
All
right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, Andreas. Thanks for being with us.
Really appreciate
There you
your time,
go.
boys.
Let's give a nice round of applause. Thank you very much. Now, coming up, Bob, we do have other things that we're doing.
We are. At 1 o'clock, we got the pedal car race.
We have the pedal car races. I invite